Hey guys.
Just take us through the last defensive staff. What did you see?
Listen, I praise the crowd, man. A lot of crowd noise. The center snapped it. Quarterback wasn't ready. Looking at the sideline, and we was able to recover it.
What did you think of the officials were calling?
Well, they seen the ball kicked, and I don't think the receiver was lined up correctly. So it was like 2 or 3 different calls on that play. And I was talking with the other ref, I think the side judge, and he was like, y'all going to have the ball. I was like, it's over with, then. Let me get off the field. I'm tired anyway, so let's go home.
Chris, you guys had a lot of success knocking them out of field goal range, or at least to a long field goal 3 times and then a fourth one. What went into that success when they got to the point where they were 30, between 30 and 40, that you guys were able to make sure you held them to?
I think it's been a cohesive unit. Front 4 rushing together. I think George came up with a critical sack, knock him out. And also Nick down close to the 40-yard line, knocked him out with the pass deflection. I think more so playing disciplined football on defensive-wise. Gave up a lot of errors today. Last game also, I think we eliminate the small penalties and eliminate the big plays also. I think we gave up 2 or 3 bombs today. We eliminate the big plays and the penalties. I think we'll be where we want to be as a defense.
Great to working together as a four-man rush. What do you feel like worked better than, say, this past Sunday and obviously once you get 2 sacks?
Well, we got him down for one. I think we've been rushing good overall as a group. We got Charles Amini who has versatility to this line, inside, outside. I think this time we were just able to get the quarterback down.
Chris, do you feel like your biggest takeaway is going to be the errors or the times you guys came through from this day?
I think it's more so the errors, things you can correct. You know what I mean? Self-inflicted wounds. I have 2 outsides today, which one gave him a first down and another one moved him closer. I got to be better on that. And then just penalties, pass interference penalties, hands to the face penalties. Little things like that can add up throughout the season, especially in the playoff. We want to kind of get that in check, eliminate the smaller penalties, and then still play physical. Don't take away from the physicality part of how we play in our defense, but just correct the errors.
Do you feel like this time of year you would hope to be farther along with some of those things you're making mistakes in, or is it just sort of the flow of the season?
It's the flow, man. It's the flow. We got a lot of guys down. We're getting a lot of guys back. A lot of new faces, right? So kind of trying to build that chemistry along the defense and smaller errors. You know, it's part of the game.
I appreciate you mentioning being tired. Just considering your early bye, how much you look forward to playing these 2.5 days, and how much you hope that helps you?
Hey, listen, man, this is one thing I'm doing this offseason is going to the NFLPA, especially with us having like 3 games in a 10-day span, that we're mandatory to have a late bye week. You know what I mean? Because with our schedule, it's kind of awkward, to say the least. We play 3 games in 10 days. Then we got a Christmas game coming up. 4 days after that, we got another game. You know what I mean? So I think that's a conversation to be had this offseason. If a team have somewhat of a schedule like that they have a mandatory late season bye, like we don't need a week 4 bye. Like, what are we getting the bye for? You know what I mean? Then if you're counting how far we go in the previous season, we go into the championship in the last 3 to 4 years, it's like we don't need a week 4 bye. Give it to us in week 8 or week 10, something like that.
Great, you mentioned getting Charles Amini back. What do you see from him? Was it right back like he never left?
We had to calm Charles down. He's excited. You know what I mean? When emotions going everywhere. He haven't played in a year, and you know how that goes. You know, when you're excited to be back, you kind of can overthink things. I had to tell him, you're a little rusty. It's okay, though. It's okay, right? You haven't played that much. But I think overall, he played a heck of a game. Probably didn't show up on the stat sheet, but it's okay. It's okay. It's first game back. We didn't expect you to have 5 sacks first game back, but we continue to expect him to build off of that. You know what I mean? And continue to be able to play more along the season.
Chris, same note, Chris. You hadn't showed up on the stat sheet in a couple of weeks about sacks. You got a couple sacks today. I know you don't count the personal things, but it's got to feel pretty good to get the quarterback out.
Man, it's been 8 weeks, okay? I feel like I've been in a cave. But I get it. A lot of things I do is to open up things for other people on the defense. And I keep telling y'all, I'm going to get my numbers. You know what I mean? It's like I got 5 games left. I'm at 5 sacks. I get a sack a game. That's 10 sacks. And, you know, I'm where I'm at want to be. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, if I was chasing numbers, then I can get them because some things I can do within the defense, but it can kind of ruin the defense. That's the selfless act, you know. It's like a give and take type of thing between me and Spags. But, yeah, I'm going to get my numbers. It's just a different way, man. It's a different way.
Last one.
Chris, with so much talk about you guys needing to improve to get to where you want to go, can you guys benefit from all these close games and pulling these out come playoff time and using that experience?
Absolutely. When you look at the playoffs, most games are close, down to the wire type of games. So it's a lot we can build from this as a team overall. And we're just going to keep on winning, man. Keep on winning. You can learn a lot from winning, you know what I mean? It's better to win than have a pretty loss, okay? So we'll take a ugly win, build from it, and continue to get better. Y'all take care. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Thanks, Chris.
Now, we all know how tense these one-score games can be, right? A lot of fans are probably thinking, come on, Chiefs, let's make it easier next time. But if you're a true fan, you've probably noticed that these close wins have kind of become the Chiefs' signature move this season. It's almost like they enjoy keeping us on the edge of our seats. And as crazy as it sounds, it's part of what makes Chiefs football so exciting. And hey, I'm sure you can relate to that roller coaster feeling, right? The adrenaline, the last-minute plays, the heart-stopping moments, it keeps you hooked until the very end. Now, while fans like you might prefer a more comfortable lead, it seems like some of the Chiefs players have a different take on it. Take Patrick Mahomes, for example. He's been all smiles about these tight games. In fact, he made a pretty bold statement recently that got everyone talking. But before I dive into that, let me ask you, do you like the nail-biting finish, or would you rather see the Chiefs run away with a big win? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a Chiefs update. Your support means a lot as we're pushing to hit 2,000 subscribers. Alright, back to the game. Mam's words were pretty interesting, and trust me, there's something you'll want to hear. Patrick Mahomes isn't just about making spectacular plays on the field. The guy knows how to keep things entertaining off the field too. In a recent appearance during Capital One's The Match, Mahomes dropped a line that had Chiefs fans and pretty much everyone else chuckling. He said, "I told you, I'm going to make it good TV. You've never seen me win a blowout. I just keep it real close till the end." Now, let's be real here, Mahomes was definitely joking. But knowing Mahomes, there's always a little bit of truth in every joke. And when you really think about it, his words are pretty spot on. The Chiefs this season seem to thrive in tight, one-score games. It's almost as if Mahomes enjoys keeping the fans, well, you on the edge of your seat until that final whistle blows. It's not exactly what we'd call comfortably predictable, but there's something special about watching a team that can handle the pressure. You know the feeling, right? The Chiefs just know how to make things exciting when the game is on the line. But here's a question for you. Do you prefer a game that ends with a dramatic comeback, or would you rather see the Chiefs dominate from start to finish? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Hit that button and turn on the notifications so you never miss any of the action as we work toward our goal of 2,000 subscribers. After the Chiefs' hard-fought win over the Raiders, defensive tackle Chris Jones stepped up with a comment that pretty much echoed Patrick Mahomes' earlier words. In his usual playful manner, Jones said, "We keep it close to make sure you guys are watching at home. We want to keep the ratings high, just like Mahomes." Jones was clearly joking around, but there's something about the way both players talk that makes you think, hey, maybe there's a little more truth to this than they're letting on. At the end of the day, football is a business and ratings matter. More excitement equals more eyes on the game, and that translates into more revenue for the league and players. But if you're a Chiefs fan, you know that it's not just about the money, it's about the thrill of the game. It's about watching the Chiefs rise to the occasion, even when things get tight. The idea that the Chiefs might actually want to keep things close for the fans, well, it's a little bit crazy, but also kind of hilarious. But let's be honest, would you really want it any other way? A Chiefs game that ends with a 21-point blowout might make life easier for your heart, but it wouldn't be nearly as fun, right? So here's a little poll for you. Do you think the Chiefs are just having fun, Or is there a secret strategy behind these nail-biting games? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the latest updates about your favorite team. We're aiming for 2,000 subscribers, and your support helps us get there. Now that we've had some fun with Mams and Jones' playful comments, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What's really going on here with these close games? Is there any real benefit to keeping things tight all the way to the final whistle? On one hand, there are definitely some advantages. First off, these games bring excitement, and not just for us as fans. Close games often lead to higher TV ratings, more people tuning in to watch the drama unfold. And let's face it, as much as we'd love to see a comfortable lead, the suspense and the thrill are what make Chiefs games unforgettable. Plus, these nail-biting finishes have been a test of the Chiefs' resilience. In tough moments, you see who really steps up. Players like Mams, Jones, and others thrive in high-pressure situations, and that's exactly what you need going into the playoffs. The more you win under pressure, the better prepared you are for the postseason, where every game counts. And here's where the risks come in. Playing these close games week in and week out isn't all sunshine. And rainbows, for one, it can wear a team down. Constantly fighting until the last second takes a mental and physical toll. The Chiefs have shown they can handle it, but there's always a risk of injury or fatigue catching up to them. And then there's the unpredictability. One missed play, one turnover, and suddenly you're on the wrong side of the scoreboard. That's a scary thought when you're aiming for a championship. So, while the drama is fun, do you think it's sustainable for the Chiefs? Especially as we get closer to the playoffs, should they aim to play more comfortably, or is the excitement worth the risk? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications. You're helping us reach that goal of 2,000 subscribers, and every bit of support counts. Now, let's take a look at how the coaches and fans view all this. Are they just as okay with the close calls, or do they have a different take? Let's find out. So, we've heard from Mams and Jones, and we've broken down the pros and cons of these close games. But how do the coaches and the fans really feel about all this drama? As a fan, you're probably riding the highs and lows right along with the team, hoping for those thrilling finishes and the big plays when it counts. But let's be honest, if you're a coach, you'd probably prefer a little more control over the game. Coaches like Andy Reid are all about managing the game and ensuring that the team performs at its best from start to finish. They don't want to leave things up to fate, especially not week after week. The reality is, while these close games are exciting, they're also stressful for everyone involved. A coach's job is to plan for a win, not for a last-second miracle. It's great that the Chiefs have the mental toughness to win these close calls, but every coach would prefer to see a game decided early so that there's less risk of injury, mistakes, or a sudden turnaround. Now, what about US, the fans? Well, we love the excitement, don't we? There's nothing quite like that heart-pounding moment when you know your team is about to either seal the win or face defeat. But would we rather see the Chiefs dominate from start to finish? Or do we secretly enjoy the drama, the suspense, the nail-biting finish? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you love the close games, or are you ready for some more comfortable wins? And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Your support is what helps us grow, and we're pushing hard to hit that 2,000 subscriber mark. We can't do it without you. Alright, so while fans and coaches may have their differing views, there's one thing everyone can agree on. The Chiefs need to be firing on all cylinders when the playoffs roll around. And that leads us to the big question: can they step things up and start winning more convincingly? Let's take a look at that next as we inch closer to the playoffs. The big question on every Chiefs fan's mind is, can the team start winning more convincingly? We've seen plenty of thrilling finish this season, but if the Chiefs want to make a deep playoff run, they'll need to be a little more dominant in their performances. Sure, these close wins have been entertaining, but we all know that playoff football is a different animal. The competition gets tougher, the stakes get higher, and the pressure mounts. If the Chiefs continue to play down to the wire in the postseason, they could find themselves in trouble against tougher teams. The last thing we want is to rely on a last-second miracle to get through the playoffs. But here's the good news, the Chiefs have the talent. With Mams at the helm, a defense that's shown flashes of brilliance, and playmakers all over the field, they have everything they need to start pulling away from opponents. It's just a matter of consistency, staying sharp, playing smart, and taking control of the game early. The Chiefs can't afford to let teams hang around in the postseason. They'll need to make a statement and set the tone from the very beginning. So what are you expecting from the Chiefs in the playoffs? Do you think they'll clean things up and start winning more decisively? Or do you think we're in for another wild ride? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And, of course, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. We're working hard to reach 2,000 subscribers, and we'd love to have you on this journey with us. Every subscriber counts, and your support means the world to us. As always, thank you for watching, and let's keep cheering on our Chiefs as we head into what promises to be an exciting playoff push.